everyone, and welcome to Returning Home Yoga with Jeanette. I'm Jeanette, and today's practice is a shoulder opener, a heart opener, chest opener really. It's called the Alexander Stretch. I learned it several years ago in a class, and that's the only name I actually know it by. I also just want to mention as we move through practice today, my husband is downstairs painting, so we might hear some noises here and there related to that. I invite you, if you hear them, just simply to notice them and to come back to your breath, come back to your body, and to enjoy this really luscious opening through the shoulders, through the whole front body. We'll start with just a little bit of centering to bring you here onto the mat, into the practice. So we'll take a few moments to find a comfortable position. You might sit on your heels, such as I am, or you might prefer to sit cross-legged, propped up on a blanket or a pillow. Taking the time to settle in, inviting your eyes to close or to focus upon a single spot in front of you. And to take a few moments to simply notice whether there's a sense of busyness in the mind, whether the breath feels a little rapid or not. And to notice whether the body needs to sigh. I notice for myself, I've had quite a busy day, and I just have this sense that my body wants to keep arriving here by allowing those cleansing, releasing breaths to surface. As you settle into the seat, feel the sits bones making contact to the surface they're supported by. On an inhale, feel the central channel of the spine lengthen as the crown of the head reaches up to the sky. And as the exhale arises, encourage the shoulders to be positioned so the heart center has a little bit more space. We bring attention into the breath. And as it begins to deepen, we simply invite it to expand into the body in whatever way it currently can. And staying with the inflow of the breath, staying with the outflow of the breath. And perhaps after a few rounds, there's a sense of the breath filling into more and more of the body. You might feel the rib cage expanding, the belly expanding. You might feel the back body beginning to expand, shoulders. Maybe there's breath reaching into the hips and pelvis. Noticing if there's a sense of grounding beginning to occur. As the events of whatever's been going on in your life prior to practice begins to take a back seat to your current experience. And the simple experience of breath filling into body, expanding it, and the experience of body gently softening, contracting as breath leaves it. Without rushing the process, completing the current cycle of breath. As body returns to breathing itself, noticing how a few rounds of conscious breath has shifted your energy and your experience of the present moment. On an inhale, please sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling to heart. And we open practice with the single sound of Om. Please take a breath in. Namaste. And once again, welcome. We're going to move into a seated cat-cow before we move into Alexander stretch. So if you're sitting on your heels, coming onto the buttocks, extending your legs forward. And just as we move into this, a heads up that for Alexander stretch, you will need a pillow and a blanket for support while in the pose. If you have yoga props, you could simply use the soft foamy block and maybe one of the other thinner blocks, and I'll show you how to use those shortly. So as your legs extend, let's roll them. From there, we'll place the feet in closer towards body, hands under the knees. As you inhale, lengthen through spine. Feel the heart lifting upwards. You could look up if that's available in your neck. As you exhale, rounding. And bringing the chin in towards the throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. This time, inhale the arms up. As you exhale, slide your feet further forward. Bring belly to thighs. Wrap first two fingers around big toes. Inhale, lengthen through the front of your spine. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blades straight back, down, slightly in. Inhale, grow long. As you exhale, see if the legs will straighten a little further, maintaining belly connection to them so your torso stays straight. And return to the breath. Next inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, legs could extend a little further, belly still in connection to thighs. And returning to breath. One more. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, see if the legs are willing to fully let go or to fully straighten. Let your head come towards the legs now, the spine rounding if that feels appropriate for you. On your next inhale, place hands beside legs. Exhale, pause here. As you inhale, lengthen through front body. Lead with your heart as you come up. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down and bring the arms behind you. Inhale, lift heart skyward. As you exhale, anchor down through the palms, through the finger pads, thumb pads. 2 breaths here, please. Good. Next inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing. Let's bend the knees, feet towards edges of mat. Inhale. Exhale, legs one direction, head the other. Inhale through center. Exhale, other directions. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, good. Inhale through center. Exhale, walk the feet about hip distance apart. So we move into Alexander stretch now. So you might want to use the cushion to support your head, or it'll come between your knees. And whatever you're not using for one body part, you'll use for the other. And you're going to come on to the right side of your body first. If this pose is new to you, I do recommend just watching first and then coming into the position. So you'll come onto the right side of your body first, knees bent, about 90-degree angle to your hips. As you lower down, position your head so it's comfortable. So you might need to fold the blanket again if your neck needs a little bit more support or your head needs a little bit more height for it to be comfortable. The pillow will be positioned between the legs to support your low back. And we see if the knees can come level with the hips as much as possible. Your arms will come out to the side body with the palms touching. We encourage the spine to be straight. As you inhale, reach your top fingers forward. Begin to skim the fingers along the floor, opening up the shoulder to sky. The head can follow that movement and finding a position to hold and to breathe into. On your next exhale, return the arm back to the other hand, the same direction or the same way that you took it over the head. Once the palms reconnect, pause. As you inhale, reach the fingers forward, begin to skim them along the ground. And as you open up into a new position, holding and breathing. Making any adjustments for the neck, for the upper body, for comfort. And breathing consciously into the sensation that's there. Knowing that when your attention rests into the sensation, the breath will find its way. On your next exhale, the arm returns. And as the palms reconnect, pausing to integrate the opening. From there, inhale, reach the top fingers forward. Again, skim the fingers along the ground. And opening up into another new spot. Now, if your hand is quite lifted off the ground and you feel that that's really too much for your body, then feel free just to find a position where it can rest on the ground. If you happen to have a book or another cushion nearby, you could place it under the hand for support. Now, as you focus on the breath here, on your exhale, see if you can continue them all the way to the very bottom. And noticing that at the bottom of the exhales, you might feel the low belly drawing in. This will intensify the twist effect that this pose has. On your next exhale, the arm slowly returns, same way it found this new position. The fingers skimming the floor, or your hand arm might be up off the ground, depending on your range of motion. And we pause here to integrate. This time, a little different. Your inhale reaches the fingers forward and upward to the sky. As you exhale, you see if the arm can lower to the ground behind you. And you might need to scooch your bottom shoulder, your right shoulder, a little further out to the side. So your whole chest, heart region is facing upwards. And the head, the face could be facing that direction as well. And we return to the breath. Preparing to come out of the pose. On an exhale, bend the left elbow so the hand comes to the shoulder. Skim the fingers across the collarbone region, down the arm, and back to the starting position. From here, remove the item that's between the legs. Slowly, on an exhale with helping hands, come into table pose. Very slowly begin to shift to the other side. So moving your prop for the legs to the other side. Lowering onto the side body. Head supported by a prop. Legs coming into that 90-degree angle position with the hips. Pillow between the legs for the support of the low back. Then the palms connecting. On your inhale, reach the fingers forward. Begin to skim the fingers along the ground as far as they'll go. The arm again might lift up off the ground, and if it does, go with that. And if it feels like it's too much to have the arm hanging in the air, then please take the time to find a book or cushion, blanket, something to place under it. Come to the breath. Focusing on the exhale all the way to the very bottom of it. On your next exhale, the arm returns. And the palms reconnect, and we pause. Inhale, reach the fingers forward, skimming them along the ground. As you find your second position to hold into. Reconnect to the breath. And on your next exhale, the arm returns. Next inhale, fingers reach forward, skimming the ground until you find that third position to hold into. Once there, settle back into the breath. And on your next exhale, the arm returns. Good. From here, slight change. Inhale, reach the fingers forward, arm rises to sky. As you exhale, open the arm out behind you. That left shoulder might need to scooch a little further from under the body to create more and more space for the heart, for the chest region. And the breath comes back into the experience. On your next exhale, the elbow bends, hand comes to the shoulder, skimming the fingers down the arm back to the hand. From here, slowly on an exhale, helping hands, bringing yourself up. You're moving your props off to the side and laying onto your belly. You might make pillows with your, position the hands to make a pillow so the forehead rests on them. You might turn your head one direction. Return attention to the breath. The inhalations filling into the belly. And the belly expanding into the mat. And the exhalations, feel the belly shrinking, softening as the breath leaves it. A few more rounds at your own pace. Turning your head the opposite direction. From here, we'll take a gentle back bend in the form of Sphinx pose. So placing your elbows directly beneath your shoulders, hands forward. Legs hip distance or wider apart. You may find that having your head more elevated is best. Or you might explore letting your chin come in towards the throat. And allowing for your Sphinx pose to unfold in this shape. Really pay attention. Your body might prefer your head to be more forward. And of course, we return to the breath. On your next inhale, ever so gently lengthen through the front of your spine. As you exhale, lower. Forehead resting. We move into a downward facing dog. If that's not available for your body at this moment, feel free to simply stay here on your belly. Hands come under the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen and lift into a baby cobra. As you exhale through table, curl the toes and lift into your downward facing dog. Your fingers are spread wide.
Anchoring down through the base of fingers and thumbs. Encouraging your arms to lengthen out of the wrist joints. Sits bones to reach higher and higher up to the sky. Encourage a spaciousness between the shoulder blades. An ease in the neck. You might make the yes movement and the no movement with your head. You might bend one knee on an exhale. Bending the other. The exhale straightening through opposite leg. Eventually both legs re-straighten. On an inhale, come to table. And as you exhale, find your child's pose. Your legs.
Your legs might be quite close together. You might widen them. The inhale lengthens, front body. The exhale simply melts, body to ground. If your head doesn't reach the ground, feel free to use the blanket, the cushion, or a yoga block. Your arms could be forward,
Or they might come alongside you, palms up.
resting attention into the low back and taking 3 breaths into the low back, encouraging expansion into that area.
As your breaths complete, hands come under the shoulders. Inhale, coming up.
Exhale, rolling the shoulders back and down. Sitting comfortably. Inhale, shoulders slide to ears. Exhale, rolling them back and down. And again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We prepare for Shavasana. Coming onto your back. Placing perhaps blanket or cushion under your knees. Maybe a blanket on your belly, hips, and thighs. Once settled, slow turns of the head, one direction to the other. And eventually the head settles back into its neutral alignment. And adjusting the body for comfort.
Resting attention into the breath. Taking 3 long, slow inhalations. The exhales longer and slower than the inhales. As the breath completes its 3 cycles, settle into this non-doing, this integration portion of practice. Allowing the body to sink and to settle. Acknowledging distractions, thoughts, noises, however they may come. And resting back into the inner world. If your body requires more rest, please stay longer in Shavasana. When you're ready, the breath deepens. Movement finds the thumbs and fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. Maybe a full body lengthening stretch is required. Knees bending into the chest. Arms wrapping around legs for a little massage, side to side. And one arm comes over the head. Body rolls to that side. And the exhale with helping hands returns you to seated. We take a few moments to notice new space, perhaps in the shoulder girdle, chest, the upper back, around the heart center space. On an inhale, please sweep the arms out and up. Exhale the heart.
And we seal our practice today with a single Om and 3 Shantis. As always, joining in if you're comfortable to. Take an inhale. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. As always, I thank you for joining me today for your practice. Please feel free to leave any comments down below the video. I will respond to them. And if you're enjoying the videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so you're alerted when there's new videos been uploaded. And please share with friends, family, colleagues if you feel they could benefit. I wish you an amazing rest of your day, evening. Namaste.